So in case you missed it, San Antonio Spurs fans, this happened last night.
Excuse me for a second.
Pops on the mic.
Stop all the booing, let these guys play. It's got no class. It's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
Seems like the Spurs community is pretty divided on this one, so we're going to talk about it this morning.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. So during the Clippers game last night, Pop had that to say as the fans were booing Kawhi Leonard, and I feel like I need to cover this because this is certainly a hot topic in the Spurs community. Drop a comment down below. Were you a fan of this move? Were you not a fan? Please be respectful in the comments. I know this is when we talk about Pop, it can get pretty heated, but I like to be, just have a nice little conversation, your thoughts on what happened and moving forward. Please hit the thumbs up if you'd like to help support the channel and subscribe to become part of our wonderful sports community. I'm going to get into this article by ESPN, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents on everything. So, after the game, Pop was asked about what happened. He said his message was not about wanting fans to give Leonard any extra motivation. He said, I think anybody that knows anything about sports, you don't poke the bear. Popovich repeatedly went back to the don't poke the bear comment when responding to any type of follow-up questions. I will say, Kawhi Leonard, his response was great. We'll get to that in just a moment. And since Leonard was traded from the Spurs in 2018, he has been regularly booed whenever he was returned to San Antonio, a common practice from fans towards players who have left franchises on bad terms. And now you'll find that in any team around the NBA. If the player left on not the best of terms, they're going to boo him. That's normal. Spurs fans, we've been doing it for quite a few years. Here's what Kawhi had to say about it, and I love this response. Quote, if I don't have a Spurs jersey on, they're probably going to boo me the rest of my career. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, they're one of the best fans in the league, and they're very competitive. Once I step out of this basketball court out here, they show that they're going for the, or once I step out on this basketball court out here, they show that they're going for the other side. When I'm on the streets or going to restaurants, they show love, so it is what it is. That's a great response. I'm truth be told, a lot of fans boo Kawhi Leonard, say they don't like him. But if you were on San Antonio or anywhere on this planet and you saw Kawhi Leonard standing there, you telling me you wouldn't be like, hey, nice to meet you. Can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph? You totally would. You would be like, that's Kawhi Leonard. That's Kawhi Leonard. You totally be all, you'll be all totally fanboy or whatever is seeing him there. We all would. I would. That being said, great response, by the way, number 2. I want to talk about my thoughts on this. It threw me off to see something like that because I really just was not expecting that clearly in the game last night. And personally, I was not a fan. And this is just my opinion. This is not a fact. I was not a fan. I think telling fans not to boo who their right to boo or cheer, whatever it may be, considering they're paying money to be entertained. When you are watching a movie, a game, whatever it may be, you have your right to cheer or boo whoever you want. To have Pop say that to the fans it felt very out of place. Also, Pop has felt passive at times this season, at least on the sideline. And at that moment, for me, it felt like he was fighting more for somebody that left the team than his guys that are on the team. Listen, Spurs fans, I understand everything Pop has done for us. He's our GOAT coach, maybe the greatest of all time when it coaches, period. We may not have any titles without him. I think it's a good argument conversation because Timmy's greatness may have still got the title, especially if they ended up still drafting Manu and Tony. He is a legend. But I've always kind of had the mindset of I don't agree with, or my mindset is I don't feel like, I feel like he can do wrong. There are some Spurs fans say that Pop can do no wrong no matter what. Listen, Spurs fans, the game eventually passes everybody by. Michael Jordan, in my opinion, is the greatest basketball player that's ever played the game. His last 2 years with the Wizards, though, he was clearly not the same player. My favorite, David Robinson, Timmy, so many others, as they age, they're not the same. And if players have a prime, why can't a coach? There seems like this unwritten rule here that players eventually pass their prime, but coaches don't. Can a coach pass their prime too? Pop has been coaching with us for over 25 years. The game has changed significantly since he started coaching. Back when he coached, teams played various styles of defense. I think hand checking maybe something been in the league, maybe not. The touch fouls we have today certainly weren't there. It was not a three-point shooting game when he started coaching. The game has evolved or devolved, depending on your opinion, many different times throughout the last few decades. The world has changed. Tons of things have changed. And at some point, the game passes everybody by. The record, I'm not saying the game has passed Pop by yet. I'm not saying that. This is not a video to, pick on Coach Pop and say he's past it, he needs to be fired. That's not what I'm here. I'm just pointing out what I see and what I'm thinking happening. And with the comment earlier about he'll sweep blow after a 9th consecutive loss, and then the announcement last night, it makes me sit here and go, does he still have it? I hope he does. For the record, I truly hope he does. Anytime I make a video critiquing our San Antonio Spurs, whether it's Gregg Popovich, Dominic Barlow, Kellen Johnson, and everybody in between, whoever it is, please know I am rooting for them and hope that I'm wrong on anything that I say. Like Blake was a great example of a player that certainly has a scratch in their head right now. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that they show us they still got it. I really do. I hope whatever's happening right now is some part of a master plan that I'm not aware of, that Pop has, where he's letting the players figure it out. And I mentioned this last night, I think, on the live stream. You know, he's teaching them how to self-motivate. Last night, there was some fire in the team, and the team was competitive. I just talked about Michael Jordan. Jordan didn't need a coach to motivate him and get him out there to play his best basketball. That was already there within him. And I'm not saying we're not a team of Michael Jordans or Kobe Bryant's or any of those players that have that killer mentality, that win only. But there might be something here that there might be more than meets the eye, and I hope there is. If there's not, and the team just regresses throughout the season and we win less than 20 games, then we have to, yes, we have a young team. We got to look at the players not playing their best basketball, but you also have to look at the coaching staff. I don't think we can keep using the excuse, they're young. We were saying that last year, weren't we? We were saying they're young last year. They're still young. Listen, if we can beat the Suns 2 games, then I don't think we're playing our best basketball. And that is certainly on the players. That's on the coaching staff too. Not just Pop, the entire coaching staff. So I hope they figure it out. And I truly hope Pop shows us that he's got it all figured out. And right now, us couch quarterbacks like myself who are questioning maybe anything he does, he's like, don't worry, I got this. That being said, happy Thanksgiving. Pop, you're a legend. Love you. And hope this doesn't cause more boos in San Antonio, because the boos certainly came out more last night. And my biggest concern, actually, closing this video, is with that comment, our fan base starts to turn on our guys. We already saw him boo Jeremy Sohan a little bit. I don't want to see our guys getting booed. I'm sure morale's already not the best right now on a 10-game losing streak. They don't need that too. We need to be cheering for our guys and still rooting them on. And that's all I got. So, made it to the end. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Until next time, and as always, go Spurs, go.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.